Good morning. I'm County Judge Richard F. Cortez, Chairman of the Hidalgo County Drainage District Number 1. On March the 16th of 2020, Governor Greg Abbott granted a request by the Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton to temporarily suspend a limited number of open meeting laws to the extent necessary to allow telephonic or video conference meetings in response to this COVID-19 matter. In accordance with those suspended rules, notice of this meeting of the Board of Directors of Hidalgo County Drainage District Number 1 has been posted online for at least 72 hours. Although members of the board are not gathered in a central physical location, we will have a quorum in attendance at the meeting by video conference or telephone call. The board is meeting by the use of Zoom software and telephone transmission, which allows two-way communication for members of the public during the public participation forum. The meeting is being broadcast live online. As we would on any other in-person meeting, members of the public who have followed the instructions on the meeting notice will be permitted to participate in the public forum portion of this agenda. If you would like to participate in the public forum at a future meeting conducted by video conference or telephone call, please follow the instructions on the posted meeting notice. All other meeting procedures will adhere to board adopted procedures to the extent possible. We apologize in advance for any unforeseeable technical difficulties and ask for your patience as we navigate through these unprecedented conditions. The time now is 9:47 a.m. and we will begin with a roll call with Commissioner of Precinct 1.
Good morning, everybody. David Fuentes, Precinct 1.
Good morning, Eddie Cantu, Precinct 2.
Joe Flores, Precinct 3.
Good morning, Eli Torres, Precinct 4.
Richard Cortez, County Judge. That constitutes a quorum. Mr. Sassin, would you please lead us in prayer?
Good morning, Judge, Commissioners. Dear Lord, thank you for blessing us with another beautiful day to serve. Thank you for allowing us another day with our family and with our work. I ask that you watch over our great county and our district family as we work for you, dear Lord. I ask that you watch over us during these difficult times and that you bless this board, dear Lord, and provide them with the guidance and determination to effectively fulfill their duties of making the best decision for Hidalgo County. May we each recognize every opportunity to pass your blessings on to others every day. All this in your name.
Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Do we have people signed up for open forum this morning? Do we have anybody sign up for open forum this morning?
No, sir.
Okay. Then we'll go on to the approval of the consent agenda.
Yes, sir. Judge, approval of check register and then some discharge permits and just a correction on one of the items, but everything's in order. My team, engineers and accounting has reviewed it and we recommend approval.
Move for approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda. All in favor say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Item 5A, requesting authority to advertise and approval of procurement packet, legal notice specifications, draft contract, et cetera, as attached here to County Drainage number 1, inlet manholes and related items, RFP number ACDD 1-20-064-1104, including the re-advertising of the project. Events or bids are rejected and no bids are received, and project is still required.
Move for approval.
Again.
All in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Item 5A, 6A, requesting approval to change order number 2 and reflect an increase in the amount of $201,914.94 in 118 days, additional construction calendar days in connection with contract number CACDD 1-20-002-0211, the County Drainage District number 1, Mission Inlet Drainage Improvement Project, section CNF of Boa Estates Area Improvements with Castle Enterprise LLC. That's recruiting project engineer, LNG Engineering. Subject to Compliance House Bill 1295. We're adding a scope to this contract to excavate some additional detention and also to change some pipe sizing at the request of McAllen. We do have an interlocal being developed with McAllen that approximately 68,000, I believe, is the number. It's going to be reimbursed back to the district on some of this work. So the net impact is about 130,000 to us. But it is creating more volume of detention for the Boa Acres project that we have ongoing adjacent to our Mission Inlet. We recommend approval.
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve. All in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries.
7A, 1, approval of FEMA project completion certification report for PW 01528, 2676, 1535, 2015 rain event. And item 2, approval of TDM applicants at the station for duplication of benefits for PW 01528, 2676, 1535.
Move for approval.
2.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Carries.
Item AA, 1, discussion approval of grant reimbursement contract number 582-20-10601 with Texas Commission on Environmental Quality in an amount of $7 million for Rainbow Drain Project Phase 2 and approval of Drain District number 1 general manager execute contract and all subsequent forms regarding contract number 582-20-10601 pending final legal review.
Move for approval.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve.
I'm sorry, just real quick, this contract is our restore project that will clean approximately 63 miles of the existing footprint of Rainbow Drain.
We have a motion and a second to approve. All in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Item 2, requesting approval of budget amendment in the Fund 123 of the special revenues in the amount of $7 million. The line item is specified in attachment B of Texas Commission on Environmental Quality subgrant reimbursement contract number 582-20-10601.
Move for approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. All in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Item 3, requesting approval to purchase the following heavy equipment to the district membership by board award contract number 597-19 to Doggett Machinery Services, 2 John Deere 670G motor grade extended warranty included for the correct amount is $462,000, and 2 John Deere 470G short boom excavators extended warranty included, the correct amount is $800,000. If I may,
Move for approval. Oh, go ahead.
I would like to read items 4 and 5, if that's okay, they're all related. And item 4, requesting approval to purchase the following heavy equipment to the district membership with Sourcewell awarded contract number 032119 through Holt, Texas Limited. 4 Cat 326 long reach excavators extended warranty included, $1 million, 200 and 200. And item 5, requesting approval to purchase the following 4 pickup trucks from Silsby Ford Inc. through a district membership with Goodbye Purchasing Cooperative Contract number 20-8F000 and the total amount of $196,264.50 to include freight, 6 2021 Ford F-250 4x4 crew cabs. All this equipment will be used for the restoring.
Motion to approve 8A, 3, 4, and 5.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve 8A, 3, 4, and 5. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
And just to clarify, item 4 was $1,112,000. So as stated on the agenda. Item 6, requesting approval of the budget amendment in the amount of $3,100,000 out of the general fund unreserved fund balance for the purchase of the above mentioned equipment and vehicles in preparation for Rainbow Drain Project Phase 2.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Item 7, approve to create 8 equipment operator 3 temporary positions, G10-S1 and 2 equipment operator 4 temporary positions, G12S1 in preparation for the Rainbow Drain Project Phase 2.
Move for approval.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Item 8, approval of budget amendment to fund newly created temporary position Rainbow Drain Project Phase 2 in the amount of $83,000.
Move for approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
And item 9, approval of updated salary schedule.
Move approval.
Second.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 9A, right-of-way acquisition, request approval of closing documents parcel 12-1 as it relates to project 12 of the 2018 Drainage Bond Program FM 493 and Country Road Project and authority for the chairman of the board to execute documents subject to final legal review.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries.
9B, requesting approval of closing documents parcel 24-2 as it relates to project 24 of the 2018 Drainage Bond Program. Mile 9 North and FM 1015 project, authority for the chairman of the board to execute documents subject to final legal review.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries. Is that it, Raul?
Yeah, that is it, Judge. We don't have anything on closed agenda, sir.
Okay, may I have a motion to adjourn, please?
So moved?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries. We are adjourned. Morning. I'm County Judge Richard F. Cortez. On March the 16th of 2020, Governor Greg Abbott granted a request by the Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton to temporarily suspend a limited number of open meeting laws to the extent possible to allow telephonic or video conference meetings in response to this COVID-19 matter. In accordance with those suspended rules, notice that this meeting of the Hidalgo County Commissioners Court has been posted online for at least 72 hours. Although members of the commission are not gathered in the central physical location, we will have a quorum in attendance at this meeting by video conference or telephone call. The commission is meeting by the use of Zoom software and telephone transmission, which allows two-way communication for members of the public during the public participation forum. This meeting is being broadcast live online. As we would on any other in-person meeting, members of the public who have followed the instructions on the meeting notice will be permitted to participate in the public forum portion of the agenda. If you would like to participate in a public forum in a future meeting conducted by video conference or telephone call, please follow the instructions on the posted meeting notice. All other meeting procedures will adhere to board-adopted procedures to the extent possible. We apologize in advance for any unforeseeable technical difficulties and we ask for your patience as we navigate through this unprecedented times. The time is now 2 minutes after 10, and we'll begin with a roll call with Commissioner from Precinct Number 1.
Yes, good morning, Judge. Good morning, everybody. David Fuentes, Precinct 1.
Good morning, Eddie Cantu, Precinct 2.
Good morning, Joe Flores, Precinct 3.
Good morning, Eli Torres, Precinct 4.
This is Richard Cortez, the County Judge. Because we posted a public hearing for 10 o'clock this morning, we're going to go directly to item 16A. Commissioner Fuentes?
Yes, good morning, Judge, and thank you for that consideration. I'm sorry to have to bring this up, but it was posted for 10 o'clock.
Should I say anything on this?
Agenda item 16A, number 1, public notice is hereby given in accordance with Chapter 551 Texas Government Code that a public hearing regarding Hidalgo County's applications for General Land Office CDBG MIT 2015 and 2016 flood state mitigation competitions. So, Judge, I think you could open up a public hearing.
Okay. I hereby open the public hearing to discuss these items, the application with the General Land Office.
Thank you, sir. We'll go ahead and do the presentation and then open it up for comments. Item number 2, presentation regarding Hidalgo County's applications for General Land Office CDBG MIT 2015 and 2016 flood state mitigation competitions. I'm going to go ahead and hand over the presentation to Mr. Sassine. I think if Jonathan can give him the ability to share his screen, I think he's got the presentation that he can share on the screen with everybody.
Great.
Thank you.
Commissioner.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Judge and Commissioners. The Texas General Office CDBG MIT 2015-2016 Flood State Mitigation Competition public hearing. This is our second public hearing that we're having on this item. The overview. Hidalgo County Drainage District, in partnership with the County of Hidalgo, are submitting joint applications for funding of the GLO CDBG MIT 2015-2016 Flood State Mitigation Competition. Funding will be used for construction of the main floodwater channel expansion project phases 1 and 2 to provide general flood control benefits to Hidalgo County. Total amount being requested is $20 million, $10 million for phase 1, CDBG MIT 2015, $10 million for phase 2, CDBG MIT 2016.
What happened to all the pond money?
Hidalgo County Drainage District number 1 are seeking public input and comments as part of the citizen participation plan. Background. What is CDBG MIT project? A combination of eligible activities working together to reduce risk of natural hazards for a defined geographic area and population. Proposed activities must support the overall mitigation project, which will meet only one national objective. MIT projects. The project service area must have either urgent mitigation need or be comprised of low and moderate income beneficiary. Each proposed project must mitigate against one of the following identified risks: hurricanes, tropical storms, depression, severe coastal riverine flooding, storms, and tornadoes. Eligibility criteria. Project must meet HUD's definition of mitigation activities, increase resilience to disaster, and reduce or eliminate the long-term risk of loss of life, injury, damage to, and loss of property, and suffering and hardship by lessening the impact of future disasters. Must meet GLO application project definition. Must address identified current and future risks. Must meet definition of CDBG MIT eligible activities and national objectives. Must include a plan for long-term funding and management of M&O outside grant funds. Most cost verification controls. This is a map of our Rio Grande Valley main drainage system, which is comprised of 3 systems. Currently, the project need, we have saturation of main floodwater channel, a source of majority flooding in Hidalgo County, stormwater outflows to the Gulf of Mexico through one of 2 routes currently, IBWC floodway / Arroyo Colorado, and our main floodwater channel. Expanding the capacity of the main floodwater channel will produce most immediate and cost-effective regional flood control benefit for low to moderate income housing in all of Hidalgo County. The project impact area, the basin that encompasses this project is about 225,000 acres. Areas include thousands of local ditches from neighborhoods to commercial developments to irrigation channels to municipal drainage systems that ultimately outfall into the main floodwater channel. Areas includes incorporated areas of Hidalgo County, as well as including but not limited to the cities of McAllen, Mission, Edinburgh, Pharr, Palmhurst, Alton, San Juan, Alamo, Elsa, El Cacho, and La Villa. This is an exhibit showing the phase 1 and phase 2 project expansion. Originates at FM 491 and goes westerly all the way to our north main drain. Funding request. The application for CDBG MIT 2015, $10 million from main floodwater channel expansion phase 1, spans width over 3.5 miles of main floodwater channel from 100 feet to about approximately 350 to 400 feet. Project cost $10 million, increased capacity by nearly 2 million cubic yards to mitigate widespread occurring in future flooding. Project protect properties of LMI households. Application for CDBG MIT 2016, $10 million for main floodwater channel expansion phase 2, expand widths of approximately 4 miles of main floodwater channel from 100 feet to 350, approximately 350 to 400 feet. Project costs $10 million, increase capacity by nearly 2 million cubic yards, mitigating widespread recurring and future flooding, protect properties of LMI households. Part of our hearing, we requested public input. As part of the citizen participation plan, now we're accepting public comments and hosting public hearings. This is our second public hearing. Members of the public are strongly encouraged to participate in this process. Public hearings have been held. This is our second public hearing. The public can participate via the website www.hidalgocounty.us/mitigation or call 956-968-8733 or email mitigation@co.hidalgo.tx.us. We thank you for the opportunity of this public hearing. We definitely encourage the public to participate in this public hearing process.
Is there anyone here to address us and give comments regarding this proposal?
Yes, Judge. We have 2 people, Oliver de la Garza and Amber Salinas in person.
Okay. Welcome.
Morning, Commissioners and Judge. My name is Oliver de la Garza. I am the chairman of the board for Proyecto Azteca, a nonprofit self-help construction company serving low-income families in colonias and other rural areas in Hidalgo County. We saw the public notice for infrastructure funding to the General Land Office 2015-2016 Flood Mitigation Fund. As a housing nonprofit, our mission to provide a better quality of life to all our families, to include a safe home from flood-prone areas. As we continue to build homes in colonias in rural Hidalgo County, we value and acknowledge the hard work the county has done to improve the drainage issues that have long affected our communities. Along with having a safe place to live, our families also need the security of having access to their homes in the event of a flood in the area. It is imperative that they are able to commute to and from work safely, that they are able to make a trip to a scheduled doctor's appointment, to buy groceries for their family, and in a worst case scenario, to be able to evacuate the area. Improvements in and around our neighborhoods become mute if our residents are not able to use our main roads within Hidalgo County. Access to roads like FM 1015 and FM 491 in the Westlaco Mercedes area is just as important as keeping the water out of our colonial streets. We hope that this request for funding takes this into consideration and continues to address the flooding in our county. I would also like to thank Commissioner Fuentes, as his and his staff's hard work to improve these conditions have become more evident during the most recent flooding event. To the Hidalgo County Drainage District Number 1, thank you for all your continued work, and thank you to the remainder of the court and staff for their continued support of our families and Proyecto Azteca. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Next person. I ask all those that are not speaking to please put your mics on mute, please.
Correction, Judge. It was just going to be that one person.
Okay, just that one then?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anyone else? Commissioner Fuentes? Or?
Yeah, thank you, Judge. Just to kind of wrap up and make some comments in general. You know, this particular project is extremely important to us, especially as the Raymondville Drain continues to be developed, not just in plans and specifications, right-of-way acquisition, but also to construction. This is a really important lifeline for a lot of people to get water out of their neighborhoods, especially people on the north side of the expressway, all the way from Westlaco and the Delta area, all the way to our friends over in the west, as far as Palmhurst and Alton. So this would have an impact on just about everybody and every single precinct in Hidalgo County. So we believe that this is a good and worthy project and representative of all Hidalgo County. So we appreciate the comments. We'll continue to receive comments as long as we're able to, and then we will continue forward with our application and obviously coordinating with the necessary parties. I would like to thank again the Drainage District for helping us put this plan together. Obviously, we've had a lot of planning and due diligence with respect to trying to organize this. I'd also like to thank Commissioner Torres and the rest of the court, George Cortez and Commissioner Cantu, Commissioner Flores, for their support of drainage and mitigation projects. We believe that this will be worthwhile to a lot of Hidalgo County. So we appreciate the time and again, encourage the community to continue to submit their comments to the appropriate addresses that were included in the presentation from the Drainage District.
Thank you, Commissioner. I now declare the public meeting closed. Is there any action items to be taken, Valde?
I don't think there were any action necessary.
No, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Then we're going to go start back with our regular agenda items. We'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance. If you could please join me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Commissioner Cantu will lead us in prayer this morning.
If we can bow our head, please. Dear Lord, please fill us with a peace and understanding as we stand before you and pray to receive your continued blessings. Please guide those who have been affected by this virus and see that those most vulnerable are protected. Heal those people and families affected in any way by COVID. We also ask that you offer your strength to those mourning their loved ones and offer patience to those going through difficult times. Please continue to stand by those who are seeking help and offer them strength during these unprecedented times. so that they may thrive in all ways. Lastly, we ask that you be with us today and offer us solutions as we guide our county to good health and prosperity. We know we are not perfect, so please give us the wisdom to make the best decisions for our county. In your holy name we pray. Amen.
We're going to go to, before we go to the approval of the consent agenda and open forum, with your permission, I'm going to go to item 6A. You know, we're here to honor Dr. Norma Jean Farley for her many years of service in Hidalgo County, and we have a resolution to present to her this morning. Mystic, would you?
Good morning, Judge, Commissioners. Resolution in honor of Dr. Norma Jean Farley for 14 years of service. May I begin it?
Please.
Thank you. Whereas Norma Jean Farley, MD, a revered physician and dedicated public servant, born in Chicago, Illinois, is being honored for exceptional work and dedication to the County of Hidalgo after serving with distinction and integrity for the past 14 years as a chief forensic pathologist. And whereas Dr. Farley, in her capacity of chief forensic pathologist, has provided autopsy services to Hidalgo, Cameron, and Willacy counties, and with her vast knowledge and immense experience, has provided expert testimony in numerous criminal proceedings throughout her career. And whereas Dr. Farley has selflessly dedicated her career and work to the citizens of Hidalgo County with a modern medico-legal death investigation system to assure that their interests and those of their loved ones were safeguarded during their time of personal loss. Dr. Farley carried out the mission of the Hidalgo County Forensic Center with great competence as always. And whereas after growing up in Bridgeport, Illinois, Norma Jean Farley later attended an Honor Society field trip to Houston, Texas, where she toured Herman Hospital. It was then Dr. Farley became certain she wanted to attend medical school in Texas. She then relocated and earned a bachelor's degree in biology and a secondary education teaching certificate from the Stephen F. Austin State University, located in Nacogdoches, Texas. And whereas Dr. Farley became a doctor in 1994, once she received her medical degree from the University of Texas Health Science Center in San Antonio, Texas, where she also completed her residency and forensic fellowship. And whereas over the course of her 26-year career, Dr. Farley led countless lectures, seminars, and presentations on the diverse studies of forensic pathology. She has acquired numerous accolades, honors, and awards for her many accomplishments and contributions to her profession, while having many articles published in medical journals. And whereas from September 2009 to September 2010, Dr. Farley was appointed to the Texas Forensic Science Commission by then Governor Rick Perry. And whereas while also serving on the board of editors for the American Journal of Forensic Medicine and Pathology, Dr. Farley participated and served on several National Association of Medical Examiners ad hoc committees, the Hidalgo County Child Fatality Review, Mass Disaster Planning Committee, and the Infection Control Committee. And whereas Dr. Farley has served Hidalgo County and its citizens for over a decade through her high standards in medical practice, professional integrity, and scientific inquiry, she has not only earned respect of her staff and colleagues, but most importantly, the families affected as her journey has reached its acceptance of other career goals and opportunities. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Hidalgo County Commissioners Court does hereby honor Dr. Norma Jean Farley for her outstanding service, dedication, and commitment during her 14 years of service to constituents in Hidalgo County. Approved this 13th day of October 2020.
Approval.
Second.
Motion and second to approve. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Doctor, congratulations. Thank you very much. We're going to deeply, deeply miss you.
Thank you for everything you've done for us, Doctor.
Thank you. I'm surprised. I wasn't expecting this. It's been an honor being here and working with all of you, working with our district attorney's office and all the law enforcement agencies, hospitals. My family and I love the Valley, and I deeply appreciate that you did this for me. Thank you.
Dr. Farley, from almost the most northern part of the country to the most southern part of the country, and we were blessed to have you. We're very fortunate to have you all these years, Dr. Farley. And not only did you give this office a great roadmap and prosecuting these cases, but you gave the citizens of Hidalgo County an excellent and great service. There was many times, and still today, and that's why you're not here with us today here at our office, because you're still working, and that's the kind of person that you've been, throughout these years. And many times there's many families who are looking for answers, and you were able to give them those answers. So on behalf of the district attorney's office, and our prosecutors who were really saddened when they heard that you were moving on, which we were as well. But we sincerely thank you. As a forensic pathologist, you've done so much great work. Again, not only for the office, but for all the citizens of Hidalgo County. And I'm sorry of my bad manners, but Judge, good morning. Commissioners, good morning. Counselor and Mr. Guerra, good morning to all of you. I want you to know that we're going to miss Dr. Farley. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to find someone like her, but she did say that she will be around, if needed. Again, I think she has a small place that she's going to leave, behind here close to us, she'll be coming back to see us once in a while. But Dr. Farley, as a small token of appreciation, we wanted to give you this plaque that you most deservingly deserve, and much more. You did a lot of great things for us. There was so many successful prosecutions that we were able to have justice for so many families, because not only of your expertise in your testimony in the courtroom, but again, the work that you did for us. So thank you again, Dr. Farley. We will miss you, and don't be a stranger. Hopefully we can still see you once in a while. Thank you, doctor.
Thank you. And again, thank you so much. It has been an honor working here and seeing the Forensic Center develop and become such a great place to work. And my whole family, we just love it here in the Valley. It's with heavy heart that I leave, but I'm very glad that I got to work here with all the good prosecutors. They're very easy to work with, and all the law enforcement agencies. I can't tell you again, thank you for the county helping us build this building. And working here with the county autopsy technicians, it's been truly a good experience.
Yeah. Again, Judge, Commissioners, thank you very much for your support in this. And again, Dr. Farley be greatly missed.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
We all agree with that. Commissioner Cantu, would you like to take your two proclamations next?
Yes, please, Judge.
Go ahead.
So we're going to start. We have a Down syndrome proclamation, and we have a lot of people joining us to help us read that proclamation, including my nephew, Jared Moore. Say hi. And we also have Jesus Daniel Puente, Ruby Cavazos and Anthony Braun, Maria Romero and Ruby Gonzalez, Mary Jane Viva and Viva Selena Lopez, Jaime and Jaime Yahel Gomez, sorry if I mispronounced that, Viviana Urbina, and Jackie Mata. If we can start the reading of our proclamation, is Maricruz Costilla online? And Danny Puente?
Yes.
Whenever you're ready, if you want to go ahead and start reading.
Whereas each year approximately 6,000 babies are born in the United States with Down syndrome. Though these newborns are experiencing many challenges, American innovation and research is helping these beautiful souls lead an amazing, full, and happy lives. And
Ruby Cavazos.
Good morning. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Where as every human life possesses immeasurable value and has fundamental moral worth.
Thank you, Anthony. Ruby Gonzalez and Maria Romero.
People with Down syndrome deserve to be fully included and actively participate in all aspects of the society. And
Viva.
Whereas Hidalgo County is inspired by the spirit and joy with which these treasured Americans live each day. People with Down should be defined by their own strengths, abilities, and value. And
We have Yael Gomez.
Whereas this month of October is an opportunity for Hidalgo County to reaffirm commitment to creating a society that better appreciates and respects the dignity of life in all of its beautiful and miraculous stages.
Thank you. Viviana Urbina. Did Viviana?
We can create an inclusive county one where citizens with Down syndrome are embraced in schools, workplaces, and communities. One where discrimination can no longer cast a shadow of any other.
Awesome. Thank you. Jackie Mata.
With a separate resource and support groups. Following people with Down syndrome to make decisions about their own lives and to be on issues reflecting their lives. Thank you.
Thank you, Jackie. Misty, you're going to read this last part? Me? So now, therefore, be it resolved that the Hidalgo County Commissioners Court thereby proclaim the month of October as Down Syndrome Awareness Month and encourages community leaders and businesses to foster opportunities for persons with Down syndrome so they are better able to participate in our workforce and pursue their dreams.
Motion to approve.
Second.
A motion and a second to approve. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Carried. Congratulations, everyone. I'm going to tell you, if I work for the Public Information Office, after seeing all this talent, and if you all make applications for the job, we may lose some people in our public information. I saw a lot of talent out there.
Anyone else? Thank you.
Anyone else have something? Okay. Well,
I just want to say that we miss being live in court. I remember them being here last year, and how great a show they put on, especially the little princess that wore her tiaras, and they do a bunch of great things. So thank you all for all that you are and all that you can be.
Thank you. You made this morning very special. Well, we have another special presentation to make. Commissioner Cantu.
Yes, Misty's going to help us read our proclamation. First of all, thanks everybody for being here. Y'all are welcome to stay. Thank you all.
Bye.
We have a proclamation declaring October National Pregnancy and Infant Loss Awareness Month. And Missy Cardenas Barajas is going to help us read the proclamation. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me. I don't know how y'all could go through with a dry eye after that. That was amazing. The proclamation declaring October National Pregnancy and Infant Loss Awareness Month. Whereas on October 25th, 1988, President Ronald Reagan designated the entire month of October as Pregnancy and Infant Loss Awareness Month. On that day, he stated, when a child loses his parent, they are called an orphan. When a spouse loses his or her partner, they are called a widow or widower. When parents lose their child, there isn't a word to describe them. This month recognizes the loss so many parents experience across the United States and around the world. And whereas, approximately 1 million pregnancies yearly in the United States and an early pregnancy loss, stillbirth, or the death of a newborn child. And whereas early pregnancy loss is the most common type of loss, according to the American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists, studies reveal that anywhere from 10 to 25% of all clinically recognized pregnancies will end in early pregnancy loss. When fetal death occurs after 20 weeks of pregnancy, it is called a stillbirth. These tragic deaths occur in about 1 in every 160 pregnancies. And whereas dealing with death in the family is never easy, especially when the loss is of a sweet baby that has gone far too soon, healing time between family members will vary because the loss of a child stays with parents, friends, and family members forever. And it can be challenging for others to truly understand the emotional and physical impact. It is important to allow as much time as necessary to recover from any grieving process. And whereas Pregnancy and Infant Loss Awareness Month enables the consideration of how, as individuals and communities, supporting groups can meet the needs of the bereaved parents and family members and work to prevent causes of these problems. Sadly, these are deeply painful experiences that many families face daily, and it may be hard to talk about. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Hidalgo County Commissioners Court hereby proclaims the month of October as Pregnancy and Infant Loss Awareness Month and encourages the residents of Hidalgo County to observe this month with empathy and support to help meet the needs of the bereaved parents and family members that have experienced either pregnancy or infancy loss. Approved this 13th day of October, 2020.
Well, approval.
Second.
A motion and a second to approve. All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries. Thank you. Thank you very much for that.
And Judge, we're going to do something a little different, special. We've had some people send in some names of those that have left us way too early. So I'm going to read those names. And there's many out there, but the names that have been submitted, we'd like to recognize the angels in heaven, starting with Mia Grace Flores, Jonah Taylor Guerrero, Baby Barber, Baby Haddad number 2, Joshua Michael, Natalie Grace, Talia and Mark Ryan, Mason Manuel Umania, Valentina Sofia Rosales, Elliot Vega Cavazos, Sophie Salinas, Eileen and J.D. Jackson, Desiree Abril Castro, Baby Joe Flores, Annabelle Grace Linares, and Anthony Linares. May God bless you
very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Okay, I think we can go back to our regular agenda items. We'll start with item number 4, the approval of the consent agenda. I would like to pull 7A out for a separate discussion.
Motion to approve without 7A.
Is there a second?
Second.
Have a motion and second to approve the consent agenda without 7A. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. I don't have a problem with this. I just wanted to know what was the basis of that increase on the indigent defense.
Judge, Commissioners, that was by action of the Board of Judges. There was a action item at their last meeting or at one of their meetings, and there was an increase, a temporary increase from 300 to 500 during the emergency pandemic that we're going through. So, as a matter of protocol and process, it does require for it to be acknowledged and acted on by Commissioner's Court. But this was by action of the Board of Directors, District Judges.
Right, and the time period that this is in effect?
This is through the emergency period the county is going through. So until
as long as there's a declared emergency?
Yes, sir. That is my understanding. Yes, sir.
Okay. I have a motion to approve.
Move.
Second.
We have a motion and second to approve. All those in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries. Thank you. The next item is, I do believe we have people signed up for open forum.
Mr. Gutierrez?
Yes, sir. First, we have Laura Hinojosa.
Ms. Laura Hinojosa?
Good morning.
Good morning, Ms. Hinojosa. Under open forum, there is a 3-minute time limit. I will start when you start, and I will advise when there is 1 minute left.
Thank you, Mr. Guerra. Good morning, Judge and Commissioners. This is Laura Hinojosa, your Hidalgo County District Clerk. I wanted to take this opportunity to thank everyone who participated in Hidalgo County's first virtual grand jury impanelments last week. We were also one of the first counties in the state with a population of 100,000 or more to host a hybrid virtual grand jury impanelment via Zoom and the courthouse auditorium, which made this experience much more interesting. Due to the sophisticated plan and continued practices, everything turned out amazingly well, and we're happy to be able to serve as a model to other counties across the state in implementing this process. Special thanks go to our judges, the Honorable Leti Lopez and the Honorable Keno Vasquez from the 389th and 398th District Courts, respectively, and their court staff for their guidance and collaboration in making this possible, in addition to our presiding judge, the Honorable Noé Gonzalez, for his support and guidance. Thanks to all the support staff that made this a successful experience, including my deputy district clerks, IT staff under the direction of Mr. Daniel Salinas, including Noah Lopez, Jonathan Gutierrez, Ricardo Reynoso, and Daniel Magnus. Jacqueline Trevino, who is part of the public affairs staff and helped create an instructional video under the direction of Mr. Carlos Sanchez for all our constituents who were going to participate via Zoom. Sheriff Eddie Guerra and his deputies, in addition to Eddie Olivares and the Hidalgo County Health Department, who helped ensure the prospective jurors who participated in the auditorium were safe. ADA Michael J. Garza and Marie Moore, who worked under the direction of Hidalgo County DA Ricardo Rodriguez for their expertise. Facilities management under the direction of Oscar Villarreal, who helped ensure CDC guidelines were enforced. And assistance from Victor Garza in the county judge's office, who all worked collectively to execute this first-time monumental event. Last but not least, we want to thank all of our constituents who were summoned and responded enthusiastically to serve in spite of the pandemic we are currently experiencing. We greatly appreciate their participation and their service. They undoubtedly perform a vital role in our judicial system. We cannot provide access to justice without them. Again, thank you for your time and your attention.
Thank you. Mr. Gutierrez?
Yes, sir. Next we have Maria Rocha. Let me bring her in the meeting.
Thank you. Ms. Rocha?
Sí.
Good morning. There is a 3-minute time limit. I will start when you start, and I will advise when there is 1 minute.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, sir.
Yes, ma'am. I am ready when you're ready, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, sir. Okay.
Ms. Rocha, you may begin.
Hi.
You may begin, Ms. Rocha.
Okay, sí. My name is Steve Rocha. I go for Edinburgh, Texas. The meeting is start, or you are in the open forum right now, or it's finished? The open forum. Okay.
Ms. Rocha.
Uh-huh.
Ms. Rocha, you can go ahead and start with your comments.
Okay, I can speak in Spanish. Okay.
Sí, yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay. Bueno, mi nombre es Chris Rocha y hablo aquí de la colonia 30 Muros, ¿verdad? Y también trabajo por la organización Lupe. Y el tema que yo quería tocar es que estamos batallando mucho con el internet aquí en mi colonia y en otras colonias también. Y queremos pedirles ahí a los comisionados, por favor, que nos ayuden. Sé que están haciendo muy buen trabajo, que nos están ayudando, pero todavía necesitamos más ayuda en las colonias. No más era eso. Gracias.
Thank you, ma'am. Gracias. And Judge, Commissioners, just a quick translation.
Do you want to translate it in English real quick? Basically, she said that they're having problems with internet in the rural areas and asked for continued support.
Exactly. That's exactly correct, Judge. That you summed it up.
Okay, next.
Mr. Gutierrez?
Yes. Yes, sir. Next we have Jesus Mendoza. Let me bring him in. They should be connected now.
Mr. Mendoza. Mr. Mendoza?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Mendoza, there is a 3-minute time limit. I will advise you when there is 1 minute, and I will start when you start.
Thank you, sir. My name is Jesus Mendoza. My telephone number, it is 956-583-7012. Electrosensitivity proves conclusively that the massive and unrestricted deployment of wireless technologies is a clear and present danger to our children, to our country, and to our national security. I have been homebound for more than 7 years with a life-threatening electrosensitivity EHS, which is caused and aggravated by exposure to electromagnetic radiation, including the wireless microwave radiation. Evidence on the federal record proves that my electrosensitivity was caused by a retaliatory radiation surveillance, which uses directed microwaves and other kinds of radiation. My EHS has been recognized by federal and state agencies and by courts as a physical medical condition and as a disability. Electrosensitivity is reaching pandemic proportions. It is estimated that without knowing, more than 50% of the population are suffering of EHS. Children, teachers, doctors, attorneys, and even the now former director of the World Health Organization are suffering from EHS. Please see wearetheevidence.org. EHS proves conclusively that the ability of the human body to absorb electromagnetic radiation without suffering catastrophic and deadly harm is limited, that exposure to power levels of wireless radiation below the federal safety limits causes severe physical harm even to adults, that exposure to the microwave radiation emitted by wireless can make vital and other organs extremely sensitive to radiation, that the compulsory exposures to wireless radiation in school are causing children EHS and brain, blood, eye, heart, nerve, and DNA damage, and other catastrophic and irreversible harm and disabilities that defeat the purpose of education, that a massive medical malpractice and a massive Medicaid and Medicare fraud are in use to conceal the harm being caused by microwaves on children and other defenseless and unsuspecting victims, that a massive and unrestricted deployment of wireless devices is causing immense pain and suffering to unsuspecting victims and will cause the demise of millions of men, women, and children, and proves conclusively that the future of our children and the future of our country and our national security are being sold to the wireless, big pharma, and the medical industry complexes, as detailed on the petition to impeach three federal judges on the on wirelesswatchblog.org. Thank you very much. My name is Jesus Mendoza. My telephone number is 956-583-7012. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Gutierrez, do we have any more speakers?
Yes, sir. We have Ms. Fern McClarity.
Thank you. Good morning, Ms. Fern. Ms. Fern, there is a 3-minute time limit under open forum. I will advise when there is 1 minute, and I will begin when you begin.
Commissioners, I have a question. What is the criteria for total reopening the county and removing the shelter-in-place order? In reference to COVID-19, the Texas Department of State Health Services reports that on October the 12th, 2020, and that was Monday of this week, that there were 12 deaths, 159 individual hospitalized, and 58 listed in the ICU in Hidalgo County. The Center for Disease Control Prevention states that 96% of those contracting the disease will survive if they are identified and given treatment. Therefore, closing schools, businesses, and outdoor community activity is not necessary. The direct and indirect impact of staying at home and preventing individuals from earning a living will be much greater than the impact of the disease. Even if we took the total number of individuals that have the virus in Texas, 35,352, and divided by the total population of 29 million, it would only be 0.00115. This is insufficient when compared to the number of people who die from car wrecks, jumping off bridges, or any other natural cause. As usual, our government is implementing a directive on everyone as a means of addressing the needs of a few. My concern is that now that we understand the virus better, and we should be able to identify those in need of help and provide the assistance necessary. Those are not impacted by the virus should be allowed to go to work and operate their businesses. And today we have been told that we cannot be in Commissioner's Court any longer. We were able to be in here today and last week, and we'll be back in the noisy atrium. And this is Tuesday, right? There is a sign over the door of the Commissioner's Courtroom that states Hidalgo County Commissioner's Court. You need to rename this room to conference room, storage room, and it's large enough to make several offices. So if the public, the taxpayers, are not able to come in where you should be doing the business of the county so that you can be and see the public here, we need to do something with this room. And I just found out today that you bought another building right next to us. So obviously the taxpayers are doing real well with their money. Keep spending it. Y'all are really doing a good job of that.
Mr. Gutierrez?
That's it, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much. I think that concludes there. The next item is under me, which would be item 6B. We have Laura Matamoros from the Office of Economic Development make a presentation. Laura? Okay. Is she on, Jonathan?
No, Judge, I don't see that name on the list.
Okay, well then let's go on to 7A. You want to have somebody call her and?
I'll take care of that, Judge.
All right. We'll go to 7A, Sheriff's Office.
Good morning, Judge, Commissioners. I hope y'all can hear me. We're going 7A1, approval to accept overtime funding agreement from the Federal Bureau of Investigation for year 2021, October 1st, 2020 to September 30th, 2021, in the amount of $19,180.25. 2, authorization to pay overtime reimbursable under the grant terms and conditions. And 3, approval of certification for revenues as certified by the county auditor for the year of 2021 FBI overtime agreement in the amount of $19,180.25 and appropriation of the same.
Motion approved 7A 1, 2, and 3.
Is there a second? Have a motion and a second for item 7A 1, 2, and 3. All in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries.
7B, Sheriff's Department, ICE overtime 1284, approval to accept overtime agreement funding for the U.S. Department of Homeland Security, Immigration, and Customs Enforcement for the year 2021, October 1st, 2020 to September 30th, 2021, in the amount of $15,000 per officer. 2, authorization to pay overtime or reimbursable under the grant terms and conditions. And 3, approval of certification of revenues by the county auditors for 2021 ICE overtime agreement in the amount of $45,000 and appropriation of the same.
Move for approval.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve item 7B 1, 2, and 3. All in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries.
For 7C, Sheriff's Federal Sharing U.S. Justice 1229, approval of 2020 appropriation of funds into the Sheriff's Federal Sharing U.S. Justice from the unassigned fund balance in the amount of $72,700.
Move for approval.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve. All in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Judge.
Constable Precinct 4, item 8A.
Good morning, Judge, Commissioners. 8A, requesting declaration of public purpose pursuant to the Texas Constitution, Article 3, Section 52, for the purchase of promotional items, especially challenge coins. These items will be used to promote our department to other law enforcement agencies and or constituents. All promotional items acquired will be through the county requisition and purchase order procedure with proper and available funding for said expenditure.
Move for approval.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Thank you, Judge. Commissioners, that's all I've got.
Item 10A.
Judge, Commissioners, item 9A.
I mean 9A.
Okay, thank you. Raul, good morning, Judge, Commissioners. Raul Chigueros, Human Resources. 9A, Judge and Commissioners, first, we're requesting a waiver of the following items, if applicable, for one personnel item that we have listed. It's Civil Service Commission Rules, Section 3.22, Hidalgo County Personnel Policy Manual 6.27, and Budget Amendment Policy for personnel-related amendments. If I could have approval of those waivers, please.
So move.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Item B for the District Attorney's Office and Judge Commissioners, the auditors had some observations. We're pending the receipt of a couple of documents. One, the personnel adjustment form, it needed to be corrected for funding changes, and the classification committee form is en route pending because the treasurer was out. So we're going to ask if you approve this, subject to the completion of those documents. I have coordinated with the budget officer, and he's in agreement on the funding. So, and the other form is on its way. The DA is asking approval of the following personnel action effective upon Commissioner's Court approval. He's asking to reclassify slot number 0032. That's the slot number under the general fund. It's a District Attorney 4, grade 19, step 1. He wishes to reclassify him to Assistant District Attorney 5, grade 21, as he has appointed this gentleman to chief of the Domestic Violence Unit. So we're asking for approval of the reclassification, subject to the documents that are pending.
Move for approval.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve. All in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries.
That's all I have. Thank you, Judge and Commissioners.
Urban County.
Good morning, Judge, Commissioners. P.R. Avila with the Urban County Program for item 10A. 1, requesting exemption from competitive for 10A1, requesting exemption from competitive bidding requirements under the Texas Local Government Code 262.024A4 for professional engineering services.
Move for approval.
Second.
For item 10A2. Sorry.
We have a motion and a second to approve. All in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries.
For item 10A2, presentation of the scoring grid for purpose of ranking by Commissioner's Court of at least 3 engineering firms from the county's approved pool as graded and evaluated by the City of Palmview, the Urban County Program, and the Hidalgo County Purchase Department in connection with and funded through the Hidalgo County Urban County Program year 2020, the Palmview Street Improvements Project funds. If I may read the professional services firms as 1, Hinojosa Engineering with a 91.67, R.E. Garcia and Associates with 83.67, and Fulcrum Consulting Services with 81.34.
Motion to approve as ranked.
State.
Yeah, motion and a second to approve as ranked. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
And for item 10A3, authority to negotiate a professional engineering service contract with the number 1 ranked firm of Hinojosa Engineering for the provision of engineering services for an Urban County Program year 2020 Palmview Street Improvements Project.
Move for approval.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Thank you, Judge, Commissioners.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Olivares.
Good morning, Judge, Commissioners. This is Eddie Olivares, Hidalgo County Health and Human Services. We have a couple of items today. Item 11A, requesting of approval to accept a donation from a client in the amount of $6.47. This was a person who had a refund coming back to them, but they just said they would donate it.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 11B is requested approval to accept the TBPC federal grant contract number HHS 00068610020, amendment number 1, in the amount of $437,771 in grant funds and $87,554 in local match for the period of January 1st, 2021 to December 31st, 2021, and for the county judge to e-sign the grant contract and related documents.
So moved.
Second.
There's a motion and a second to approve. All in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries. Adult
Thank
probation.
you, Judge, Commissioners.
Thank you, Mr. Olivares. Adult probation. 12A.
If I may, for the adult probation, this is the Veterans Court, Texas Land Veterans Commission grant. So for the adult probation, the Hidalgo County Veterans Court, Texas Veterans Commission grant is ratification approval to apply for the fiscal year 2021 Veterans Court grant, as well as approval to accept the fiscal year 2021 Veterans Court grant award from the Texas Veterans Commission for the period of July 21st, 2020 through June 30th, 2021, and approval of certification of revenue as certified by the county auditor in the amount of $100,000 and appropriation of the same.
Move for approval 12A, 1, 2, and 3.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Morning, Judge and Commissioners. Item 13A for the IT Department. Authorization and approval to purchase new wireless service through the county's membership/participation with Verizon Wireless under contract DIR TSO 3415 for the following. One new cell phone for the probate court.
So moved.
Move for approval.
Second.
Have a motion second to approve. All in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries. Thank you very much, Mr. Salinas.
Thank you.
14A, Elections Administration. Ms. Ramon? Ms. Ramon, if you're there.
Thank you. The host had to unmute me. I'm sorry. Good morning, Judge. Good morning, Commissioners. Yvonne Ramon with the Elections Department with item 14A, discussion on election updates. As we all know, early voting is on its way. And right now, I can update us. We have got 5,088 voters that have gone to the polls so far. But keep in mind that 4 years ago, at the end of the first day of early vote, we had 18,525. So we've got a ways to go. We're under 28% of voter turnouts thus far. But also we have 18 days of early voting. Keeping in mind that today's the first day, but we go through Friday, October 30th, 18 early voting days with 31 locations. So hopefully people are taking into account to social distance and not to try to all head out on the first day of early vote. And this is not an indication that we will have under the 18,000 from 2016. In mail out, we do have a larger amount. At the end of the first day, we had a little over 4,900 mail ballots. And as of right now, we have over 6,000 mail ballots that have been returned. We have had over 18,000 ballots sent out. So we've got quite a few yet to come in. Now, keeping in mind that I did send everybody our sample ballot app for you all to try out. It's ready to go. We're going to update it daily. And very, very easy way to review your ballot, keeping in mind that there is no straight party ticket voting. And so our voters need to be informed voters. So encourage everyone. It's just easy information to fill out. Pull that sample ballot and review it before heading out to the polls. If they do want to print it, it must be printed in yellow paper. They can even take this with them to the poll location. Just keep it folded up and confidential and pull it out when they are at their voting machine. So that's a quick and easy way to get everyone in and out. We did update, and thank you, Commissioner Fuentes. If you will go to that website now, we do have the listing of the unopposed and the write-ins on there. So if anyone wants to view who is the unopposed declared winner or the write-ins, that would be an easy way to view that on the sample ballot. Of course, it is on the regular ballot, on the machine, and on the mail ballot. We're doing very, very well with the ballot by mail drop-off. We are one location at 213 South Klausner Boulevard. We are having the voters drive to the back of the parking lot. It's on Mall and Klausner. All they have to do is follow the signs. They park, they call the number that is listed on various signs there. Someone will come to their vehicle and assist them. So very, very easy way to handle the mail ballot drop-off. Because of the high volume of calls that are coming in, please be patient. We are working diligently with our IT department and they're helping us. We went ahead and added 2 lines. So if anyone is wanting to call the elections department, please encourage them. You can go on our website and these numbers are listed. If they have a voter registration question, they can call 956-587-6286. And if they have a ballot by mail question, they can call 587-6287. That will keep the volume of calls off our main line because it is highly traffic right now, and it is causing some issues with our phone lines, and that's not what we want right now. So again, those numbers are listed on our website, and I encourage everyone to please go out to our website and review all the information that we have on there. Right now, we just went up to 5,162 voters at this point. So let's keep at it and let's surpass 2016. Any questions from the commissioners and the judge? Okay, well, we're off to a great start. Item number 2, approval of the November 2020 general election service contracts between Hidalgo County and the following entities for their elections to be held on November 3rd, 2020. We've got the City of Mercedes, La Joya Independent School District, PSJA Independent School District, and Sherryland Independent School District.
Move for approval.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries. Yvonne, don't go away. Going back to discussion of election update, I know that some voting is occurring and happening in county buildings or facilities. If anybody's having issues or problems, who do they go to? I know that I get calls, and I want to make sure that I know, who would be the appropriate party to reconcile any differences of opinion that are occurring at the polls.
We did have a meeting with law enforcement, and we invite all our constables, our sheriffs, we invite the city police, we invite the school district police, and this is I think the third year that we've done this. And so if it's a county building, then the judge at the poll location has the constables to call between 8 and 5 and the sheriff department to call before 8 and after 5. If it's a city building, they have the city police, and school building, they have the school police unless otherwise told not to call. So our judges have been informed. They each have the electioneering policies that pertain to that specific polling location, and they're informed and ready to go to call the appropriate entity as needed.
Okay, thank you, Yvonne. There you have it. Anything else?
I just wanted to let you all know that I still have 9 more contracts that we are working diligently to try to get back and have them all before this court by next week. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Yvonne. 15A.
Judge, Commissioners, if I may, for WIC Department, Clarissa Ramirez. The WIC Department requests approval to accept 3 vehicles and authorization to sign a certificate of acquisition from Community Action Partnership Inc., consisting of a 2019 Ford E350, a 2020 Ford Escape, and an additional 2020 Ford Escape with the attached values.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Thank you.
Commissioner Fuentes, do we have anything pending with you on item 16?
Sir, I think we're all clear. Thank you.
Okay. Precinct 2, item 17C, Commissioner?
Yes, sir, Judge. We're going to reappoint a board member to the Tropical Texas Behavioral Health Board of Trustees for a 2-year term. I currently have Gabriel Castañeda, and we're going to go ahead and reappoint him. Gabriel Castañeda.
Move for approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. All in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries. Commissioner Flores, item 18A.
Morning, Judge, Commissioners. Item 18A, requesting approval to accept the counteroffer to purchase a tract of land known as Parcel 16 associated with the Liberty Road Phase 2 project from Mile 3 to FM 2221, with the authority for the county judge to sign the administrative evaluation and approval form.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Item 19A,
Morning, Judge, Commissioners. Sergio Cruz, Budget Management. Item 19A is discussion, consideration, and approval of an order authorizing the establishment of a streetlight assessment of fees for rural and unincorporated subdivisions in the County of Hidalgo as required under the Hidalgo County Model Subdivision Rules.
What is this, Sergio?
This is going to be for the new program that we have for streetlights. Under the model subdivision rules, all new subdivisions need to have streetlights installed. So basically, this will give us the authority to assess the fee and then start putting them on the tax assessment as a new special assessment. For
now we're talking about safety lights, right? We're not talking about traffic lights.
No, safety lights, subdivision lights.
Street lights.
Okay.
Street lights, yes.
So moved.
And
I'm sorry. Go ahead, David.
I recognize there's a motion and a second. Just a discussion, if I can, Judge.
Of course.
These would be all required to be put in the front of people's properties, not in the back, because I know that sometimes they put them in the back. We want
Correct.
these
Now,
up front.
all the new subdivisions need to have the streetlights in the front of the properties.
And you just want to confirm with Daniel Salinas with respect to preferred heights, only because if they become multi-use in the future with respect to Wi-Fi, I think the line of sight and elevations might be something we need to consider as we do this.
Okay, then definitely I'll have Mr. Salazar visit with Mr. Arredondo at planning, and then also with Mr. Salinas at the IT department.
Thank you.
We have a motion to
Recommend
approve.
approval, Judge.
Yeah, we have a motion to approve. All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Item 19B, discussion, consideration, and action to approve the ratification of necessary CARES Act relief fund expenditures as listed on Exhibit A, totaling $266,565.44 to cover costs not accounted for in the current budget and cannot be lawfully funded by line item, allotment, or allocation in connection with the ongoing COVID-19 public health emergency. The court, having reviewed the agenda item briefing, herein finds that such expenditures are reasonable and necessary for the intended use.
Move.
Motion to approve. Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Thank you, Judge, Commissioners.
Thank you, Mr. Cruz. Always a highlight of the meeting. Marty?
Oh, thank you so much, Judge. On that note, on item 20A1A, requesting the authority to advertise and approval of procurement packet is attached here too for the RFP for property and casualty insurance policy, third-party administration services. If I could have action, please.
So move.
Is there a second? We have a motion and a second to approve. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item B is pursuant to the procurement packet, action for the appointment or designation by Commissioners Court of the Evaluating Committee.
I'd like to put Mayor Suarez for mine.
Mando Garza.
Marty, put myself for that. I need to learn more about this.
Okay.
For Precinct 4, Belinda Reyes, please.
Yes, ma'am. And Commissioner Precinct 3. Mr. Gallardo, we need a nominee for the committee from Commissioner Flores.
Evaluate the casualty insurance.
Property and casualty.
It'll be Hermin Garza.
Armin Garza. Thank you very much. Could I have
Motion to approve the nominees or the appointment.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries.
A2 is requesting approval to award multiple bids for the request for bids for general printing services and related supplies. Those are Scott Merriman, Gateway Printing, and Gulf Data Products. I recommend approval.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item A3, A, discussion, consideration, and action to approve a necessary CARES Act relief fund expenditure cover costs not accounted for in the current budget and cannot be lawfully funded by line item allotment or allocation or the COVID media strategy campaign through various media platforms in order to support actions and facilitates compliance with public health measures, and with provisions of economic support in connection with addressing the ongoing COVID emergency. The court, having reviewed the agenda item briefing, herein finds that such expenditure is necessary for the intended use. May I have action, please?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Item B is requesting exemption from competitive bidding requirements under Texas Local Government Code 262-024A1 and 2 is posted herein.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Item C is requesting authority to enter into 4 media contracts with the following: Social Life, Lamar, R Communications, and Entravisión, with authority for the county judge to or assignee to sign required documents, subject to compliance with all aspects, including Form 1295, which I think have already been done.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Item 4A, acceptance and approval of the First Amendment to contract number is posted between Hidalgo County and vendor to reflect a name change of the company from Fullhorst Petroleum Company to Key Performance Petroleum Company. I need action.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Carries.
Item B is approval to exercise the county's option to utilize the 1-year renewal plan for lubricants under the same rates, terms, and conditions with the following: Key Performance Petroleum and Arguindegui Oil Company. I recommend approval.
So move.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. All those in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Item 5 is acceptance and approval of a rebate check from the International Purchasing System, which is TIPS. Yearly rewards. This is for this quarter only, $297.40 for the fiscal year 2020.
Move for approval.
Second.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Item 6 is requesting the authority to advertise an approval of procurement package as attached here to for Hidalgo County's RFP actuarial study services for GASB 74 and 75. I recommend approval.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve, but before we approve that, have they issued a report yet since the last time we retained them?
Judge, I don't know if Sergio's on the line. I would have to check to see if it is. If they have issued the report, I will certainly provide it.
I remember reading one prior, but I haven't read any current one. So if they've issued a report, I would appreciate getting a copy. We have a motion and a second to approve. All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Judge, we'll forward over a copy of the report in a few minutes.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Cruz. If I could have one too. Thank you. Item B, pursuant to the procurement packet, the same action to approve the evaluation committee for this RFP. Does the court wish to assign the same as they did for the property and casualty?
Yes, for me.
Yes.
Yes, for me too. Chief Elinda Reyes.
All right.
And yes for me too, Marty.
Okay, thank you. And I'm going to presume that Commissioner Precinct 3, but if not, I will double check and put that name in.
Motion to approve the appointments.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the appointments. All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Under item B, County Judge's Office. B1 is Office of Emergency Management. A is discussion, consideration, and action to approve a necessary CARES Act relief fund expenditure to cover costs not accounted for in the current budget and cannot be lawfully funded by line item allotment or allocation for the purchase of 2 mobile generators in order to assist the public health expenses addressing the ongoing COVID-19 public health emergency. The court, having reviewed the agenda item briefing attached herein, finds that such an expenditure is reasonable and necessary for the intended use.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
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 Motion carried.
Item B, we're requesting exemption from competitive bidding requirements pursuant to Texas Local Government Code. An item 2024A1 and 2 as posted on this agenda.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Item C is requesting authority to purchase 2 mobile generators from Colt Cat Power Systems under their Sourcewell awarded contract with a cost not to exceed $59,000. We're still verifying. It could be a little lower, but it will not exceed $59,000 each. I could have action, please.
So move.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve. All in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Item 2, also for the Office of Emergency Management. A, discussion, consideration, and action to approve a necessary CARES Act relief and expenditure to cover costs not accounted for in the current budget and cannot be lawfully funded by line item, allotment, or allocation for the Hidalgo County Office of Emergency Management for the relocation to 2 county-owned buildings in need of renovations or repairs to service emergency operations and call centers in order to assist with county functions related to public health measures addressing the ongoing COVID-19 public health emergency. The court, having reviewed the briefing hearing, finds that such expenditure is reasonable and necessary for the intended use. If I could have action, please.
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Cantu, are we going to make it?
Well, I don't want the responsibility on that. It's going to be close.
Okay. Well, we've got it in good hands. We have a motion and a second to approve. All in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Item B is discussion and applicable action on the renovation of 2 buildings known as B and C located on the corner of Wall and 10th Street, aka Annex Number 4, for the housing of emergency management operation and call centers through the county's approved and selected construction option of cooperative purchasing programs awarded job contractor, including but not limited to the following. A, presentation of the submitted negotiated proposal received from FERCON with action to accept and award the base bid and/or alternatives, issue a notice to proceed, and process a purchase order. As you can see by the grid, we did discuss in great length very productive reductions from the base original base bid of about $132 and change square foot. The revised base bid comes down to $121 or $449,492. If you extract from that amount the equipment that's included in that bid, you come down to about $105.33 a square foot for construction costs alone. We were very pleased with the advances that we were able to make and the reduction. There was also reductions in the base bid, one of them being for a generator, and the second one was for painting the exterior of the building. So I did forward all this information to Commissioner Eddy, who had been designated by the court as the lead. And at this point, I think I'll let him tell you whether he should move forward with this. I recommend we do.
Oh, Marty, I mean, I didn't even review it because you guys did a good job, getting the cost down, and we don't really have time to review it. We need to move quickly to be able to use CARES money. So I'm following y'all's lead. I believe y'all did the best you could with.
I think Mr. Villarreal is very pleased. My staff is very pleased. We had a lot of cooperation from HERCON, and yes, there was a significant effort by all parties, and I recommend that we move forward. Now, what I don't know is whether the court would want to entertain either alternate 1 or 2, which is the generator and the painting of the exterior.
or the wishes of the court. And I appreciate all the efforts, Marty. I know that we're on a short timeline, so.
Yes, Commissioner, and I mean, Judge, and they have also committed on the 60-day timeline. So we're very encouraged.
This is for you, correct? This is for emergency management, Judge?
Mm-hmm.
You're familiar with it and you want us to move forward with it, obviously.
Yes. We need to get it done.
I'd like to move forward with the alternates included. Alternate 1 and 2, the generator and the outside of the building.
Yes,
Get it all
ma'am.
done.
I think that's a wise choice because it will be a turnkey solution. They'll be ready.
ma'am.
I'll follow that and second Commissioner Torres's motion.
A motion and second to approve. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Then with that action, we do not need any action on item C. That is not pertinent anymore. Item C1 for precinct 1, we're recommending to reject bids received for the project number 460, hauling services for all road materials, because we are changing the specifications.
Move for approval.
Second.
A motion and second to approve. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item B is requesting authority to re-advertise the project with modified specs, and that is subject to the final review of the modified specs by legal counsel through the DA's office before distribution to vendors. I recommend.
So moved. Second.
A motion and second to approve. All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Item 2 is requesting approval to purchase one Tech Hunter 7741 tandem axle sewer trailer through Five Board's contract in the amount of $72,065.25. I recommend approval.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Item 3 is requesting approval of final negotiated professional services agreement with Javier Hinojosa Engineering, subject to legal counsel's final review. On an on-call basis for projects in general for precinct 1 with Alpha, that's my mistake, infrastructure engineering.
Marty, you skipped. Go back to 3, please.
Oh, I was correct. I'm sorry. Yes, I mixed two of them together. Thank you, Commissioner. That is the negotiating agreement with Hinojosa Engineering for the project-specific mile 5.5, miles 10 to mile 11 road projects. I apologize. It is still subject, though, to final legal review.
Move for approval.
Second.
We have a motion and second to approve. All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries.
I had an Aggie mom moment there, Commissioner. Sorry. Those Aggies. Okay, item 4.
Hey, they won. The other ones didn't. So.
Music to my ears, Judge. Item 4, acceptance and approval to execute the final agreement of professional engineering services on an on-call basis for precinct 1 in general. That's with Alpha Infrastructure Engineering. And it is also subject to final legal review. Thank you.
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion and second to approve. All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Item D, precinct 4, requesting approval of work authorization 2 in the amount of $11,833.23 under the current on-call agreement with Robert Kistner for the provision of construction materials testing for a second-story addition to the existing storage building located in precinct 4.
Move for approval.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Item E is for Health and Human Services Department. A, discussion, consideration, and action to approve a necessary CARES relief fund expenditure to cover costs not accounted for in the current budget and cannot be lawfully funded by line item, allotment, or allocation for the purchase of disposable gloves in order to assist expenses addressing the ongoing COVID-19 public health emergency. The court.
Marty, hold back.
Yes, sir.
Can you start again? You got very distorted.
I'm sorry. Yes, I will start again. Health and Human Services. A, discussion, consideration, and action to approve the necessary CARES Act relief fund expenditure to cover costs not accounted for through the current budget and cannot be lawfully funded by line item allotment or allocation for the purchase of disposable gloves in order to assist the county's medical expenses addressing the ongoing COVID-19 public health emergency. The court, having reviewed the agenda item briefing attached herein, finds that such expenditure is reasonable and necessary for the intended use.
Move for approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. All in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Item B, requesting exemption from competitive bidding requirements under Texas Local Government Code and items 24A, 1 and 2 as posted on this agenda.
So move.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Requesting, item C is requesting authority to purchase disposable nitrile gloves in various sizes from Granger under the TechMath awarded contract as posted in a total of $183,200.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Item 2A, discussion, consideration, and action to award necessary CARES Act Relief Fund expenditure to cover costs not accounted for in the current budget and cannot be lawfully funded by line item allotment or allocation for the purchase of 4 generators, transfer switches, and any accessories, along with the installation services to support the vaccine storage at county clinics locations that will be housing the COVID-19 immunization vaccines in order to assist the county's public health expenses addressing the ongoing COVID-19 public health emergency. The county, having reviewed the agenda item briefing, herein finds that such expenditure is reasonable and necessary for the intended use.
Move for approval.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Item B is approval of an exemption from competitive bidding requirements pursuant to Texas Local Government Code 262-024A1 and 2 as posted herein. Could I have action, please?
So move.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
He is requesting approval to purchase 4 generators, transfer switches, and other accessories from Holt Power Systems through Sourcewell awarded contract as posted on the agenda.
So move.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Item D is requesting approval of quotes provided by HERCON, job order contractor awarded under by board awarded contract as posted for the installation of the 4 generators, transfer switches, and any accessories for the clinic Mission, McAllen, Edinburgh, and Mexico.
For approval.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Item F, 1A, discussion, consideration, and action to approve necessary Help America Vote Act, aka HAVA CARES Act relief funds expenditures to cover costs not accounted for in the general budget in the current budget and cannot be lawfully funded by line item allotment or allocation for the Dallas County Elections Department to obtain necessary to assist the increase of curbside voting and the county efforts in mitigating the ongoing COVID-19 emergency. The court, having reviewed the agenda item briefing herein, finds that such expenditures are reasonable and necessary for their intended use.
For approval.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Item B, requesting approval to purchase ballot call max equipment used for election purposes from Inclusion Solutions LLC. 3 quotes were received in a total of $18,534. We recommend approval.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
On item G1, through the Sheriff's Department, we're taking no action this week. We're going to move on to item 8, juvenile probation, requesting the authority to advertise an approval of procurement packet as attached here to for the alternate education program with authority to re-advertise it if necessary, and it is subject to legal counsel's final review.
So move.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
That is all I have. Thank you very much.
Okay. Valde?
Judge, Commissioners, with your permission, I'm going to ask, it deals with the GLO item, the public hearing from this morning for Commissioner Fuentes. Apparently there were two individuals that were dialing in and just could not get on. Mr. Gutierrez, do we have anyone on the line right now that's trying to comment or wanted to put something on the record with respect to the public hearing GLO this morning? Commissioner Fuentes' item.
No, sir. I don't see anyone pending here.
Okay.
Valde, what I would do is just see if we can have public affairs just put up the email address. And if they want to submit the written comments, if they're not able to log in or communicate to us through this meeting, that they can submit their comments via email so that we can memorialize them and include them in our package.
Okay, then I will relay that because it's my understanding we got a call from a GLO rep asking about these two individuals, whether or not they were able to access and comment. So let me work on that right now. As we go through the meeting. Commissioner Torres?
I'm being told that the numbers that were advertised are not working numbers. I think one of them was to the county judge's office and one was to yours.
Okay. Let me, let's continue with the meeting and then I'll have someone communicate with these individuals, and if need be, we can just have them speak so that they can have something on our court record. So with your permission then, under Executive Office 21A, 1 and 2, there's no action to be taken this week. 21B, this was action that was taken by the Board of Directors back July 7th of this year, Drainage District, and is now before the court. It's requesting approval of memorandum of understanding between Hidalgo County Drainage District number 1 and the City of Huasteco as it relates to the Hidalgo County Drainage District 1 Phase 1 Flood Control Project application submitted to the Texas Water Development Board on June 14th of this year, 2020.
Move for approval.
Second.
Have a motion and second to approve. All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries.
21C is requesting approval of the wastewater service agreement regarding wastewater services for Hidalgo County Courthouse subdivision.
So move.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
And Judge Commissioners, item 22A1, A, B, C, PNC, we will take up after closed session.
Okay. Do you want to take on item 6A after closed session?
Yes, sir. Yes. Okay.
Then pursuant to Chapter 551 of the Texas Government Code, Section 551.071, 551.072, 551.074, and 551.087 will be retiring to closed session to discuss those items there. Any action items to be taken will be taken in open session when we return. Now I have a motion to retire into closed session.
So move.
Second.
Have a motion to second. All in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries. It is now 39 minutes after 11 or 11:39. But we're back from closed session and we do have some items pending. Mr. Guerra, I believe we had somebody who wanted to reach us to speak to us on that public hearing and wasn't able to.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Judge. Commissioners, yes. We did have, as a result of the volume of calls that we've been getting countywide, there was some disruption and individuals trying to connect this morning to speak on public comments with respect to our GLO. public hearing. So, Mr. Gutierrez, do we have Ms. Lupita Marquez on the line?
Yes, sir. She's connected.
Okay. Ms. Marquez. Ms. Marquez. Ms. Lupita Marquez.
Sí, dígame ya.
Sí, sí. Go ahead, Ms. Marquez.
Sí. Bueno, buenas tardes. Antes que nada, ¿verdad? Quisiera dar las gracias al comisionado David Fuentes por todo el apoyo que nos ha brindado en la comunidad de Indian Hills. Tuve la oportunidad de revisar las aplicaciones y me parece que los proyectos que está buscando el condado de Hidalgo son muy buenas y van a ayudar mucho a nuestra comunidad. Como ustedes saben, Indian Hills es una de las colonias que más se inunda en el condado de Hidalgo. Quisiera saber cómo le van a ayudar estos proyectos, en particular a los proyectos que se están construyendo a través de los 190 millones de bonos que se aprobaron en el 2018.
Commissioner Fuentes.
You're on mute, Commissioner.
Yes, sir. So she's calling in from Indian Hills, and they routinely lay flooded, including back in 2018, and asking how this will affect, the bond monies and how these funds would be allocated to assist them in Indian Hills. Because this is public comments, am I allowed to respond, Josie, or this is part of the hearing?
You're muted, Ms. Ramirez. You're muted, Counselor.
Yeah, I would suggest asking if there's anybody else that wasn't able to comment, and then go ahead and give your comments after that.
Okay, I'm not sure if anybody else has called in, Jonathan, with respect to making comments on the hearing.
No, sir, just that one person.
And Valde, I would suggest for the record that you advise the individuals that may have wanted to call in the alternative means by which they can submit their comments, because the phone lines were not working this morning.
Right, and we will post something on our website, and I will work with Judge Cortez's public affairs office to get the word out that any additional comments, again, as a result of our difficulties this morning with our phone system, that they have an avenue for which to make their comments and for them to be on the record.
So in response, in particular to the CDBG MIT money, there is not any funds that would make an impact in this particular area. But in the 2018 bonds, we do have a project that's designated to improve the drainage in this neighborhood, which is just north of Mercedes. So we will be addressing it through a separate means and not through the CDBG MIT monies.
Senator Marquez, were there any more comments that you'd like to make?
Okay. Bueno.
Senatora Marquez. Sí.
Sí, dígame.
No, were there any more comments?
Si tiene otros comentarios que tiene que hacer.
Otros comentarios no, es todo.
Okay. Yes.
Gracias.
Well, thank you for the call. The one thing that I would mention, Valde, because I know that Josie recommended giving people an alternative way to submit their comments. They can send an email to mitigation@co.hidalgo.tx.us. So that's mitigation at our county extension at co.hidalgo.tx.us.
Will do, Commissioner. And we will put it on our website as well and work through public affairs to get the word out.
Thank you.
So, Judge Commissioners, we are in open session, and so I'll just take them up in the order that they're going to come up. We'll go back to item B, County Judge's Office. Mr. I believe we have Ms. Matamoros on the line, or Ms. Matamoros?
Yes.
So, Ms. Matamoros.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning, or good afternoon. I'm sorry. I was going to state that the item is discussion, consideration, and action on the Moody Foundation program for the Economic Assistance Grant for First Responders. Ms. Matamoros?
Yes. Do you want me to go over the program?
Yes, summarize the program.
Okay, so on July 27th, the Moody Foundation awarded Hidalgo County $250,000 to assist with first responders, frontline workers, and PPE responding to the COVID-19 crisis. Our first responders have had to work tirelessly and risk their lives daily to provide daily care to the entire county. Some first responders have tested positive and suffered economic losses. The Hidalgo County Judge's Office has created the Economic Assistance Grants for first responders from Moody Foundation funds to assist EMTs, firefighters, and law enforcement officers that have tested positive for COVID-19. First responders may qualify for a $500 grant for economic assistance for expenses associated with the care of testing positive for COVID-19. These grants will be available until funds are depleted. We will be using about $50,000 from the Moody Foundation grant to provide 100 grants in the amount of $500 each.
Do we need a motion to approve?
Yes, sir.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries.
You're on mute, Commissioner Torres.
Thank you.
Aye.
There you go.
Thank you, Judge, Commissioners.
Thank you.
So, Judge, Commissioners, with item 6B acted on, then I'll move back to item 22. Item 22, discussion, consideration, and possible action regarding A, county response to disaster health emergency. 1, CARES Act funds. A, interlocal cooperation agreement with Hidalgo ISD, and B, interlocal cooperation agreement with Mercedes ISD.
Make a motion to approve 22A1, A, and B.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Item 22B, measures necessary to preserve public health and safety. There's been some action and discussion taken. Item C, 22C, direction regarding county government operations, including but not limited to essential functions. Judge, Commissioners, again, just a quick comment with respect to the county following CDC guidelines, social distancing, facial covering. We encourage or ask everyone that does business with the County of Hidalgo to follow those CDC social distancing guidelines, as well as the facial covering. And we continue to address on a case-by-case basis any issue that comes up during this pandemic with our county facilities and take the appropriate measures. And so if I may, Judge, Commissioners, for the record, item 24A and 24B, there is no action to be taken. And so again, we are in open session. And so for the record, 25A, real estate acquisition appropriation for same, there's no action to be taken. 25B, pending and or potential litigation, there is no action to be taken. 25C, discussion, consideration, and possible action regarding response to public health emergency. There has been action and discussion taken by the court. 25D, cause number C-0556-20-I, Harlan Dottie versus County. Judge, Commissioners, we will proceed as directed. And there is no need for item 26 or 27, so those two will be no action, closed and open. Councilors, unless I have missed something, I believe we have acted on all items and we have adjournment.
I have a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion second to adjourn. All those in favor say aye.
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 Motion passes. Thank you very much, everyone. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.
Stay